Here we are. We live. We're live. We about to come. I'm about to jam a little song, and we're gonna come right back to you all. And we're gonna wait for some of y'all to check on in right now. So y'all groove to the groove, to the groove. Oh, y'all want me to say?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Man, somebody said I sound just like Frankie Beverly.
Uh-oh.
Come on, man. Come on. Let me see if I can hit this note. It goes. Like that. Something like that. Here we go. Yes. I wasn't that far off. Okay. Hey. Yes. So we got a couple of people on right now. And I'm going to tell y'all, get your questions in. If you have some questions, pop them right on in. Pop them right in. And I want to let y'all know that, yes, we do own the rights to this music. We own the rights to this music. It's our music. Yes. What's up, Simi Braxton? Y'all welcome Simi Braxton of the Simi Braxton Show. I'm turning the wrong thing down. I forgot Simi Braxton, he's on here. I see you, big dog. Y'all need to tune in every Tuesday night for the Simi Braxton Show. Simi, won't you pop up in here and let them know how we can listen to your show and how we can participate in your show. So we're here. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this music down so we can all introduce ourselves. Well, I'm going to let it groove in the background for a little bit. So let me say I'm Stephen Pierce.
All right.
Former president of the NFL Players Association. Former wide receiver of the Cleveland Browns. President of Pro Players. And I am known as the Doctor of Love. I would like my wonderful co-host to introduce herself.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Hope you enjoyed your day and doing well tonight. I am Linda Streater, as you know, marriage and family therapist, life coach, behavior coach, and relationship coach, and I'm an author. Welcome.
Okay. Let me tell y'all something, man. I just don't know. You know what? I was going back and forth for years with this because y'all know him as, how you say your name on there? Naeem
Rattler. Naeem Rasul Rattler.
So is that your Facebook name or is that what?
That's my Facebook name. That's my son's name, Naeem Rasul. But I use his name as my profile name. But my name is Frank Middleton. You know that.
Frank Middleton. See, check this out. This is my guy from day one. This is my day one. We do football camps together. Man, he works great with the kids. Man, he played in the NFL. Who you play for?
Play for the Colts and the Chargers.
Okay, which Colts did you play for? The Baltamor Colts?
Indianapolis. The first year that they moved to, when they left Baltimore and moved to Indianapolis, that was on that team. That was the original Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, I think I made a mistake and said Baltimore.
Yeah, you did, but that's fine.
I was trying to date you, man. I was trying to make you old. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I am old. I just don't look it. I'm 60. You know, I'm 60 years old. Yes, I am 60. 60.
Dang, you old enough to be my daddy, boy.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. I was so nervous of going back and getting him on here because boy, if y'all been watching this show for years, man, this dude right here, he is off the chain. But his real name is Frank Middleton, and I am so surprised that he's here because don't they Facebook put you in Facebook jail like every day?
I am the poster child for being in Facebook prison. I've been in there 16 times. 16 times, which is unnecessary.
And you know what's crazy? Some of the things that you send me, because I asked you, I said, what you go to Facebook jail for? And you send it to me, and it ain't nothing.
Exactly.
It's nothing. I'm like, why you keep on going to Facebook jail? What's that about?
what they're trying to do is they don't want you to have an opinion, especially if it's against something that they are against. Especially if I say something in regards to if I'm sometimes I go on other people's pages and they happen to be a white individual talking about something black, and I correct them, but the way I correct them, someone doesn't like that, so they'll suspend for just how I approach answer an individual's question or respond to something that they say. So that's why they suspend us.
Wow, and it's so crazy because I say so much crazier things than you say, and you get suspended. I ain't never got suspended. This is for real. I got a warning though, and this is I am not kidding. This is what I told them. They gave me a warning. I said, and for real, I'm a cuss. I said, I don't give a fuck who y'all are. You fucking block me, I'm gonna open my own Facebook and I'm gonna run you motherfuckers away from me. And that's what I told them for real. And they don't mess with me at all. They don't mess with me at all.
They don't allow me to dispute why they suspend me. They just suspend me.
They so, just do it.
Yep. 30 days.
There we go. Okay, here we go. I want to we got some people up on here. Hey Cheryl. Hey Lisa, I see you. Hey Tina, I see you. Hey, we're gonna go ahead and start the show with some questions. Hey, you guys go ahead and ask us some more questions, and we're gonna go let Linda take it over. Go ahead, Linda.
All righty, so we're off to a great start. And the first question I saw posted today, I thought was really cool because it's directed to you guys. In fact, your names were also called on here, Doc and Naeem. Right. Why do men have such a hard time committing and staying loyal to one woman?
Well, you
go ahead.
Read it to me again, slow. You know I'm slow, so read it to me slow.
Oh, come on, Stephen. Okay, Stevie P. Why do men have such a hard time committing and staying loyal to one woman?
I'm loyal to one woman.
Personally, I don't have a problem being loyal. It depends on that individual, that woman that I'm dealing with. Is she capable of being loyal? See, I'm not. For me, men we're easy in regards to what we want in a relationship, whereas women we got 10, 11, 12, 13 expectations. Most of them are unnecessary and unrealistic ones. Where for me personally, all I want is loyalty, a good communication, a good communicator, and know what you're doing in the bed. And I can go from there. Everything else will fall in place. But the days most women want to wear the pants opposed to submitting. But you guys get that submitting thing confused with you got to do what we say. It's not a matter of doing what we say. It's called cooperation. That's something that you guys have a problem doing, cooperating. So when you can't do that, then that leads us to go left when you're trying to go right. So the disconnect with men and women are just so far off that we're having that problem with each other.
Yeah, we talked about that. We've talked about like women are from Mars and men are from Venus and stuff. We are like totally apart. We're never on the same playing field. It's so far-fetched, it's crazy. But the thing is, you gotta let a man be a man, and we gotta let a woman be a woman. And we usually let the women be themselves, but you can't tell us how to act.
Yes,
that's the thing. Women try to tell us and make us act the way they want us. If you want a man, you got a man. I'm a man, but you don't. Right. I ain't no punk, so you can't teach me how to act like a punk. I'm a man.
In other words, you want a child. You can't mold a man. I am a 100% alpha male, meaning I am the king of the jungle. You are the lioness. In the game of chess, the object is to protect the king. Once you get rid of the king, the game is over with. That's the same in life. Protect me, and I'm going to protect you. Cooperate with me, and life will be. I'll give you the world, but I just need you to cooperate. That's it.
Okay. Okay. I can't take anymore.
Come on with it, man.
So are you two telling me that men cannot commit and be faithful because a woman does not know how to protect and be a lioness and stay in her place? Is that what you're saying? No. That's the question then. That's the question that was asked.
Okay.
That's the question.
Okay.
Men's inability to be committed to commit and to commit to one woman?
That's not a problem for a woman. For if you got a woman who's willing to cooperate, when you go off track, then I'm going to find someone that's doing what they're supposed to do, or that's cooperative. Period. Okay. All you got to do is cooperate with my plan. Okay, I'm gonna give you a football analogy. If I'm the head coach, just like I'm the head of the house, correct? Do you want to lead? If you and I together, who's the head of the house, me or you?
The man.
It should be the man, right? So yes. I'm gonna use a football now. I'm the head coach. If I give you these plays, I need you to stay on script. Don't audible. Don't do nothing until I'm comfortable with you knowing what you're supposed to do. That's the same in a relationship. Know your role. If you know your role in the relationship, you can get the world from me.
Well, I think that becomes a lack of responsibility on a man's part, because what we're saying is that his behavior is driven by what she does and doesn't do. So therefore, he has to go cheat. Well, no, you talk your problems out to both, that you're both on the same page. That's how I see it.
Well, I understand that, but that goes without saying, but that starts in the beginning.
But what we're talking about, and maybe you don't agree with this. Do men, first of all, because the question is, why do men have such a hard time with commitment and staying loyal to one woman? And so, first of all, do you think that men have a difficult time committing?
It depends on the man and his background with dealing with women.
Okay, so I think that would.
Check this out. Let me do this. Let me do this. Hey, Dr. Lisa, send me your email and I will bring you on the show.
Would you please? That would be wonderful.
Dr. Lisa, I want to bring you. Hey, send me your email right now and I'll copy and paste it and I'll bring you on the show, because I need you in person, because what's going on is as we speak, you guys are 20 seconds behind us. Okay. So we're seeing your answers and your questions late. So that's what's going on. But if Dr. Lisa, get a light in front of you so we can see your face and sign on to your computer. Put your email up here right now and I'll add you into the show. But yeah, go ahead. But what Frank is also saying is he's not it can come across as he's a male chauvinist, but that's not what he is saying. He's saying, if you do your part, if you stay in your lane, we will stay in our lane also. You play the woman, and I play the man. See, there's so many times that the woman want to be the man is like, that doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Exactly.
It doesn't
but you know
work.
what? Come on. Men cheat for other reasons. Some men are serial cheaters, just like some women are. But commitment, it's in to a woman. If you have an established commitment, no one is following you anyways. Okay. We're not even made it to that point. Oftentimes what women are having difficulty with when they meet a man and they want a relationship and they want commitment, and a guy has said, "Oh, I'm not ready for all of that." Okay. And even if they are, they're cheating. And not all the time. I'm not saying all men, but these are things that happen. And there has to be more than one factor to cheating, because somewhere in there, we all get to determine our character. So in other words, even if I don't like a role my man is playing, I don't have to cheat on him, but we can have a discussion to determine if this relationship is going to work out. Okay. It doesn't make it difficult for me to commit to another man after that point. I'm not quite comprehending.
Okay, listen, can I answer that?
Yes.
Some men who do cheat, they cheat because they're not getting what they want from their woman at home.
Okay.
That's the major reason.
Okay.
That's the major reason. That comes back to the cooperation part. But I'm talking about sex. From a sexual standpoint, some men are just more sexual than others. And if they're not getting what they want from a woman, because some women tend to rational out the puss, and some men ain't with that, so they're gonna go elsewhere.
Hey, what did you call it? The what?
Rationing out the puss. I
love that dude right there. I love Frank, boy.
You can't do that to a man with a specific type of sex drive.
Okay.
Yeah. So
But that goes both ways. If you are together and I'm not pleasing you the way you want to be pleased, at some point you're going to get tired of that and get what you need elsewhere.
Well, I think for me, and then I guess this goes back to a person's own personal values as to how they handle relationship. I'm not into the whole cheating thing. If it's not working, and if we can't work, we just don't work. But all of this hiding and cheating to me just never makes sense.
Okay.
Either we can work it out, and if you're not getting your needs met in this relationship, or me not getting my needs in this relationship, I think we're adults enough to say we can make it happen or we can't, and go. We don't have to cheat.
Gary Davis says women cheat as much as men or more.
Right,
they're just better. They're just better at it. They're just better at it.
Better at it. No doubt. That's a fact.
And he also says,
okay, but I'm gonna let you all have that. I don't know who's the best, but I know that both sides cheat, but I don't know. I can't say who's better at who cheat more, in other words.
Dr. Lisa, I've added you in. Just go on your computer and click on the link and you'll pop up.
Okay, so do we move on to the next question, or are we good with that? Where are we?
We're good. We might have to come back if she clicks on. We'll come back. Let's go on to the next question.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to skip down one because I don't want to attack the men too much.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. So number 2, the second question that came up today was, if men have so many choices in women,
yes,
why do many of them lie just to get the sex?
Who lies?
Right.
I don't know. I didn't ask the question. So kind of think about it from the perspective. Maybe whoever asked this question can kind of elaborate on what they meant.
Because you know what? I can't relate to lying. I tell you the truth. This is what I want. Either you want to do it or you're not. Simple as that.
Yep. I'll hurt your feelings. I don't care about hurting your feelings. I'm a straight up, because my truth is so much of the truth that you think it's a lie.
So I know I don't not to overgeneralize the whole thing, but in your living, which has been many years, and being around guys, do you know guys who have lied just to get it? And if so, what were some of their reasons? What was going on? So that it's not subjective to you, but we're talking from an objective perspective.
Go ahead.
I think the guy is weak when he has to lie. You know, this is what I can't stand. I can't stand a guy to lie on another guy to get with that female.
Exactly.
You know it's like me lying on, when we get on the side, I'll start talking about Frank to you so you won't get with Frank so I can have you. I hate guys like that. Don't lie. Just tell the truth, bruh. Either they're going to give it to you or they ain't. That's just it. I think that's a weak brother. It's just a weak brother. That's what they do. If you're a liar, you're a liar. You lie about everything.
Okay.
And some guys have a woman that they really care about and don't want to hurt their feelings and mess around and just lie to their wife. Because because I don't care how slick you think you are, a woman knows when you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. You guys just know. But we'll lie to the end because they don't want to hurt your feelings. Me, that's not me, but that's a lot of.
But I'm just saying, generally speaking, because it does happen. I mean, we know it all happened. We're adults. We've seen some of everything. But what I'm hearing you guys say, I heard you say, Stephen, that it's because usually a guy who does that is really weak. Weak. And that's the only way. Maybe he feels he can get what he wants. And then I heard you say, Frank, that
some guys are just natural hoes, but they have a woman, but they don't want to hurt their woman's feelings, so they'll lie. Once they get caught, they'll lie to the end to their woman because they don't want to hurt her feelings.
Okay.
Because they're not strong enough to tell her the truth because they don't want to deal with the repercussions. It could be, I'm out of here.
Okay.
The main thing is, like I said in an earlier show, men, we're hunters. That's what we do. But some men, they'll do anything to get it. They'll say anything to get it, and that's weak. That as Gary Davis just said, he said, "Boys lie, men don't have to."
Oh right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So some people they'll pull out, they go into their book of lies and just lie to what they get. They'll drive their boy's car and say it's theirs. I'm like, you ain't got to do all that. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's just the way some people are. You know, they hunters, and if that's what they need in their repertoire to hunt to get to that woman, it's a lie.
So, ladies, you all hear it coming from the guys. That means that you have to be smarter, and that's why I always say you need to push the pause button, explore. I think that oftentimes we get sex before knowing a person, or get an understanding about our end goal. What is it we're really after in a relationship? And then once you cross that hurdle of sex, now you're feeling played because the person cannot give you what you want in the relationship. So you need to just slow it down, ask questions, see where they're going.
Yeah, and usually after sex, they usually fall in love. The female falls in love. So it's
she's in love and he's not.
Yeah, it's too late then.
Right. See, you guys having sex with emotions. I'm just trying to get that nut, unless I'm really into you. So I tell the truth. For me, I'm what you call a rehabilitated hoe. I don't hoe no more. I'm going about the right way.
Said the same thing. Hold up. She said the same thing. But you know what? We bringing her on, Dr. Lisa.
Hey.
Dr. Lisa Tate.
Welcome. So this is the beautiful thing. 2 on 2.
Yeah.
What we gonna do?
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. So go ahead. Do you want to go back?
Did you want to comment on the earlier question, or should we go to the next?
We can comment on the earlier question real quick, and then you can go to the next one. I just want to say, relationships are a lot about energy, right?
Yes.
And if you are in a relationship with someone and you know from the beginning, men, that your energy with that person is low, like you're not excited, you don't wake up thinking about them, you don't have some deep connection. You don't feel a bonding when you all are out. You just basically want to hit. Come on, let's just go and be real with it.
That's it.
You are not going to commit. I don't care if she tells you she's pregnant. I don't care if listen, a man men feel energy. And a man is not going to connect and commit to a woman because she got a nice body. But her energy, it doesn't match his energy. You all say it in different terms. You use the word, she's got to follow my program.
Right.
You use kind of traditional terms like, the man is in charge. All of that is simply, you have learned a way of living and you have learned a way of relating to women.
Yes.
And if a woman's energy doesn't kind of align with that, I am the head, I am going to lead you, I'm going to protect you. If she's combating you with all of this, I don't need a man, please, I'm going to give you sex when I want.
Right.
Let's be real, then your energy is automatically like, no way, I'm not going to commit solely to her. I'm not doing that. And so I think women have to recognize energy as well. They have to recognize when a man simply just wants to tap it.
To tap.
Dr. Tate, can I say something?
Sure.
I'm totally in agreement with you. I'm glad you corrected me when you changed the term to energy, because that's all it is. That's what I mean when we're talking about. I just use that caveman term. And that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Thank you so much for correcting me.
Yeah, because
but we're on the same page now. We're on the same page.
Yeah, and let me see if I can kind of equate it to your real life experience as a former NFL player. You know that energy y'all feel in the stadium when thousands of people are.
Yes.
That's energy.
Exactly.
You can't touch it. You can't touch it, right? You can't.
There you go.
Bottle and take it on, but you can feel it.
Oh
yes,
yeah,
indeed.
You can
and
feel
when
it.
you meet a woman that you have that energy with, man, you gonna snatch her up quick.
Exactly.
But if you don't feel it, you gonna call her when you call.
There you go.
And usually the ones we walk away is the too easy ones. If you too easy, then I'm like,
you don't feel it. You don't feel it.
It's not even a game. It's not even a game.
Yeah.
If that energy is there, you ain't got to worry about is he gonna call or when he's gonna call. Hell, after I leave your presence, I'm gonna call you. Just to let you know. Exactly.
Exactly.
Wait a minute, watch this. You gonna call on your ride home.
Yes, indeed.
Exactly.
Yes,
I call like, are you thinking about me? Are you thinking about me?
Yep.
Okay, I want to say, hey, let me give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to Dr. Carolyn Cole. She went to the University of Illinois. I've been trying to get her on the show for the longest. Carolyn, Miss Cole, Dr. Cole, come on, get on the show. You got to get on the show. We have fun here. We just answer relationship questions. And Gary, I must get you on the show. All right, let's go.
Okay, so next question. And Steve, I think it's you. You got feedback coming out from your speaker. Do you have two things on, or someone does?
How about now? How about now?
No, I heard it. Do you have two devices on?
You know what? I think let me turn this music thing on. I had it on. Let's see. It might be me because it might have been my microphone on too.
Okay, so here's a good one here.
Mm-hmm.
Should we stop looking for potentials like soulmates? Is there really loyalty in a relationship over 5, 10, 20 years?
Well, you mean shacking up?
Well,
you mean if somebody's shacking up for 10 years,
so
is there loyalty?
No. I don't know if it's shacking up or not because they didn't use the word marriage. But should we stop looking for potential soulmates? And is there really loyalty in a relationship, 5+ years, 5, 10, 20 years, what have you? Loyalty.
Again, I think that depends on the individual. It depends on the individual. Some, like for instance, this is just my opinion. I think at a certain age, some women, they feel like they run out of time and they become desperate for a relationship. Whereas for a man, well, I'm only gonna speak for me because I can't speak for Steve or someone else. But for me, I'm willing to take my time. For me, I have options. Whereas I'm 60 years old, but I'm able to attract 30-year-old, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds. Whereas women in her folk getting into her 40s, 50s, it's limited for her. And then especially if she's been alone for a while, she begins to get desperate. Like for me, I'm single, but I've been on a lot of on a lot of these date sites, and the stuff that women be saying, or especially the older, like in their 40s and 50s, the stuff that they're capable of doing, you can feel the energy, the negative type of energy, that they're desperate.
Wow.
And I think that's sad for women.
It is.
These women.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
See, my thing is women are in competition with women. Once they learn to concentrate on first themselves, then they'll be winning. But women, I'm gonna just tell you, I tell my daughter, y'all compete with other women. Men, we like it simple. We don't like them fake eyelashes. We don't like them big weaves, all that makeup. We don't like that stuff. We like it simple. Women dress, they do everything for other women. Stop doing things for women.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Very.
I like that perspective because I think men think that women, are doing it for other women. I guess they do to impress other women. I don't think they ever look at it as the woman doing it for herself to maybe heighten her self-esteem or her look in the world. Like you guys say they don't like that girl, but have you ever seen Jennifer Lopez with no makeup, no eyelashes, no hair? Have you ever seen Beyonce with no makeup? Like you say you don't want it, but when you see it and you see it put together, it's beautiful.
Let me tell you,
but let me
we're
just
former.
The question though. But wait, I'm gonna come back because
Go
I know
ahead.
you like a natural woman. A natural woman is beautiful. I get it. But let me go to you, Linda. Can I just go to the question real quick? The question was, should we stop looking for our soulmate? And I think the answer is never.
Yes.
Right.
I don't care if you have 10 days of breath left in your body. Never stop looking for the person God has placed in this life, in this world for you.
Yes.
And all of your soulmates are not going to be your intimate partners. Some are just going to be your friends you kick it with, and your soul connects with their soul. And like you and I, Linda.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. We hit it right off.
And I tell people this all the time, and you can disagree with me if you want. It doesn't matter. I would rather spend 2 years in a relationship with my soulmate and be happy than 20 years in a relationship with somebody that's not my soulmate and be miserable.
Exactly. Yep.
And you got people right now bragging about how they've been together 20 years and 40 years, but you're not happy though.
Right.
That's that competition. That is that competition right there.
Yeah. So I agree.
Yeah,
Yes, I do believe that there are potentials for soulmates. I do believe that. And I think it back to the person to believe in themselves. Do you believe in love? Do you believe that love is there for you? You know, have you been running into some barriers and walls? Yes, but you should never give up. So I concur with that. And then secondly, does loyalty really exist? I think loyalty will exist too, but this is where character come in. I think that every person, rather is, loyalty because we're not talking about cheating. Now we're talking loyalty, someone who can hold your heart, who can hold your secrets,
Right.
who can hold your weaknesses. So when you start talking about loyalty, these are intimate relationships that we have with our children, adult children, with our parents, with people that are close to you, or you a loyal person, period. So if you're loyal, I believe you attract to you who you are.
Yeah.
And you can identify readily that does not align with your own character and your values.
Right.
And so, yes, I think that both of those exist, but you have to know yourself well enough to be able to identify when you connect with someone else on that same level. Back to energy, that whole connection that you get with a person. But yes, I do believe the two exist.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Next question.
Agreed. We all agree.
Yeah.
I know, especially when it comes to Frank there. Okay, Frank.
Hey, Lisa, do you want to read some of the comments?
I can't see the comment.
You
got to go up to your top right, and comments are there. Click on the top right for comments.
You okay. And then we'll go to the next question after some of the comments.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't need to see it.
Okay, so I see Gary has had a lot to say.
Man,
yeah.
I got to get him on the show.
Okay, so Gary states that men are physical and women are emotional. It takes time to get us to be emotional. But when we do, that energy. All right, I can see that one.
Can I respond to that?
Sure.
He's correct. And see, that's where that loyalty comes in. And because it takes it. I'm a big thing on loyalty. If I can't trust you with telling you my inner thoughts, we're gonna have a problem. And that's tough for a lot of men, being that open to a female with stuff that we would only tell, let's say, a friend or a buddy, someone that's real close. If I can get to that point where I can trust you, where I can open up to you with everything, where you know my weaknesses and my strength, then we got that. That's what you want. But that's hard for a lot of men to give up that kind of. That's something that's big especially for a macho type of man to be able to open up, pour his heart to a woman, because we're afraid that you may turn that against us and throw it back in our face. So that's real hard. But once you get somebody like that, I say hold on tight.
So can I ask a question?
Please.
What can a woman do to show you her loyalty, and how much time does it take for you to really embrace that? Is it like a long period of time before you can feel her loyalty, or can she do something?
It goes back to that energy that you're talking about.
Yeah.
You can just feel. You just know a good person when you're in their presence.
Yeah.
There's something about that. Some women just light up a room when they walk in and don't even have to say nothing, just to smile. You're drawn to something about her.
Energy.
Yeah, and the energy. The energy is love me for who I am. If I'm telling you these things, I'm not asking you to try to correct them. I'm not asking you to say, "Yo, you're wrong for this. You need to do this." I just we just want you to listen. We just need that person to listen and to stand by our side. That's all we really need. We don't need somebody lecturing us about things, because.
Can I give you another good? Can I give you one more example about energy?
He said, "Don't lecture me."
Right. Can I give you one more example of energy?
Yeah.
Like you two ladies. if we were in a room, if I was in your presence, just by the way we're communicating right now, I would have more respect. I would watch what I say, as blunt as I am. I would watch what I say in your presence, just by your energy, opposed to someone else.
Okay.
You understand? That's how I look at it. It's that energy again.
So you're saying that men are that attuned? Men are really that attuned?
Oh yeah.
I am. I don't want to speak for other men, but I know I am.
Because I think y'all just kind of creepy and y'all be watching us, but y'all really studying.
Oh, I do. I have to.
We study.
Okay.
It's your aura. It's the aura about you. If you walk in the room, you demand respect.
Exactly.
We know who to respect. If you walk in the room all slutty, then we ain't gonna respect you.
Exactly.
Hey, mama, you with them tight shorts.
Exactly.
That you're okay. Let me say, it's your presentation. It's the uniform. It's your uniform that you're wearing. It's how you present it. You know what I'm saying? If you on the street and you see a policeman, I mean, you see a man in a uniform, a hat, blue one, and with a siren driving inside, you know he's a police. If you see a man in a red truck with his hard helmet on and his other uniform on, and he's watering down, he's a what? He's a fireman. Now, if you see somebody walk up with some tight ass shorts up their ass, heels all up there, what are they? That's a hoe. So
I see.
What a thought. That's a thought. It's what you represent.
Steve. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna be politically correct. She's not a host. That's an insecure individual because she's trying to impress me and her peers. Whereas a woman who's secure in her who she is, she ain't got to dress like that.
We ain't got to dress like that.
We'll pick it up. That's who we're really drawn to. Now, I'll sleep with the one with the hoochie mama.
There you go.
I ain't about to take her home to mama. No.
You ain't about to wife her. You're not gonna wife her.
No.
That's just the way it is.
Linda.
I'm wifing one of you.
We just had a breakthrough. We just had a breakthrough. Remember earlier when they asked, can men commit? This is huge because basically what they're saying is, if it's the right girl and she gets off the right energy,
no doubt about it.
Somebody I want to introduce to mama, right?
That's right.
I have always heard that a man will know her when he sees her.
Yes,
exactly.
And so all the calisthenics and extra that some people feel they have to do to get a man, what I would for women is that we would take more time to become. Just slow down. You will get what you attract, and so you have to be conscious of your presentation, your language, and basically the energy that you're carrying into what are you really after? Because if you're after just to grab up a man, he'll tell you whatever he feels you need to get you back to what we were saying earlier to get what he wants, because that's all he wants. Yes. And then so women, we need to kind of practice that. And
And can I ask one question of the men and of you, Linda? I know this is yours. I'm just asking questions because this is so enlightening to me because you rarely get men talking.
Come on with it.
And so this is just so enlightening to me. But can I ask you guys a question?
Yes.
Do y'all think there's a real problem with sex addiction right now with men? Do you think that most men are addicted to sex? And I ask that question just to be honest because I think women need to understand the kind of pool that they're stepping into.
Yeah. Okay. It depends on the man and his experience with sex. Pussy is nothing to me no more. It's not a big deal to me. But for some men who's not used to getting it, they're all over the place. Not to mention, porn is everywhere. Then listen, on top of the porn, the young girls nowadays are off the chart freaky. They
off the chart. They said, "Hey, man,
all that." Oh, it's crazy now.
Part of my mentoring younger females, and let's just say I'm with you, Frank, or with any of you and your daughters.
Right.
I just have a habit. Tell me if I'm wrong. I have a habit of doing this, and all my guys say, "Oh, I like that, Steve."
Right.
I pop open my phone every time lately, and I show them. I said, if I see one of you little motherfuckers on here,
Right.
I'm whooping your ass. Because I told my daughter, if you take a picture from some dude butt naked, it's gonna pass around. And if I open my phone and if I see you, there's gonna be a motherfucking issue. Because when you send it to Frank is sending it to Steve, Steve is sending it to Mike, everybody in their mama has that picture of you, and it goes nowhere. You know, it goes everywhere. Once it's out, it's out. You can't pull it back. Nope. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But every person I see with a daughter or something, I pop the phone. I pop my phone out and say, and I show them the pictures. I bet not see you on one of these pictures. That's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go.
There you go.
Okay. Next question. Okay.
Next question.
So,
hello, Rita. How you doing?
Okay. Okay. This was a follow-up to the last question about the whole commitment. No. I need to back up to another one. What is love? Yeah, we talked about the whole idea. What is love? Is it okay to be single and happy, but to have that one to take care of all your needs with no strings attached?
That's unrealistic.
Okay, I'm going to
give me that slower. Give me that slower. I was reading something.
Okay, part A asks, because I have question marks. Part A says, what is love? That's the first part. Okay. Second follow up to that is it okay to be single and happy, but to have that one person that take care of your needs with no strings attached?
Okay, I can answer the second one.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna answer the second one first. Mm-hmm. No, it ain't okay to be single and happy, because if you're happy, you need to share your happiness with someone else, with others. You know what I'm saying? You need to try to make somebody else happy, because it's like when it comes to traveling, bruh, I cannot travel by myself. I went to Hawaii by myself for a meeting, and I sat in the room the whole time. I was just so, I was happy, but I was sad because I wanted everybody to be there. I wanted every one of my friends to see where I was. So happiness is sharing, being able to share it with others and the ones you love. What Terry Lynn saying? Come on now, Steve. What is she saying? Come on now for? What did I say?
Let's see. I'm not sure which one, because
that's the very bottom.
Very bottom.
That's Dr. Cole. Dr. Cole.
Yeah, she has some comments. Okay, I see that one. Well, I guess come on now, Steve. Must be that she's agreeing with what you said.
Oh, okay. Hopefully. Okay. I forget which one it was, because we 20 seconds delayed. So go ahead.
Oh, that's true. But what do you all think about this second portion there? Is because she said not only is it okay to be single and happy, but is to be single and happy and then have one person who meets all of your needs with no strings attached. It sounds like friends with benefits to me.
Right. Hell no.
Oh.
Hell no. That's not even no. Let's get to the part. As far as happiness, I'm not built to be by myself, and I don't know who is. We supposed to be with somebody.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for real.
Not just anybody. I'm not trying to die alone. I want to be with somebody that's going to bury me and I bury her. That's it. That's what I want.
Hey, but listen to this, y'all. Mm-hmm. My people, Dr. Cole and Lisa Pearson, they're not agreeing with us, bro. They saying they single and happy, and they love being single and happy.
Liars.
Can I speak to that?
Go ahead.
Can I speak to that? Because I'm single and happy. I was married for 22 years, and I had a relatively, I would call it happy marriage. But when I say that, it means there was no drama. There was no, infidelity, and I didn't do all that. Never had, we don't do all that domestic violence phone call. Never, no drama. But after 22 years, we grew apart. Yeah. And we needed, because of where our parents were, to be in different, cities. So for whatever reasons, you end marriages, right? You end a relationship. But when I became single, I dated me. And I discovered myself. And I love going out alone, because I always I'm in control of when I get there, when I leave, how much I'm in control of it. And I meet new people. People are less intimidated to meet you and walk over to you when you're in a group than when you're alone. When you're alone, you just kind of blend in and you meet people. So I'm with those people who are satisfied and single. Because at every point of your life, you don't need to have someone else's energy and emotions to take care of.
Yeah.
You need a break. I have 2 children that are adults, but I spent, years, I'm there 28 and 26, years pouring into other people. Can I just do what I want to do right now? Can I have some time for me? Because I'm gonna tell y'all something, relationships take work. And if you're gonna really, have a good relationship, it's tiring.
Yes.
You always have to consider someone else's view.
Well, yeah. I think, 2 things, and Renee kind of shouted my same sentiments with that. One was, what does love have to do with sexual appetite or behavior, first of all, because these are 2 separate things that we're talking about. So, but when it comes to being single and happy is an internal work, and everyone should find their place of happiness, whether you're in a relationship or out. Because if you're unhappy and you go into a relationship and thinking that person is going to make you happy, you're going to be in for a big disappointment. So happiness is an internal work. It's an internal attribute that you should just be happy about the very gift of life, whatever state you're in. That way you find contentment and you're never desperate to go out and run and do something crazy. And then back to the whole sexual behavior, if for the person who feels that, if that's all you want out of life, and if you've been living a while at all, you already know that sex is a physical connection, but sex is greater when there's an inner connection, when there's a developed intimacy there, that you don't even have to. You don't have to. There don't have to even be any penetration. It's something about that person that moves you, and so you can't get that in just sex.
No.
Can I tag you on something that you said real quick? One word.
Yes.
You said the word intimacy.
Yeah.
Intimacy means intimacy.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's into my heart,
my
soul. Right.
Yes.
Right. A lot of men are afraid to be intimate. They don't want anybody to see into them, or they don't want to look into anybody else's soul.
Exactly. Well, I do.
So that's the difference. So that question, I would just say for the person, if you're just looking for the physical needs to be met, that's one thing, but that gets old after a while, and we all know that.
Okay, 2 things real fast. Frank, I think that's your mic going in and out. I think that's your mic.
Is it?
Do you have another mic on or something?
No. I unhooked it. You told me I unhooked it every time.
Okay, and then we need more light from you because you're too dark. We can't see you anymore.
Oh my God, let's see how this is going to work here.
We want to see those Hall of Fame. You got to put it in front of you so it'll be.
Make the light go to your face.
Yeah, let the light hit you in the face.
Let's see how we're going to do this. Hopefully I can get that.
That's better. Yeah.
That ain't going to do it.
Down.
How are we going to get this done here? Come on. Man.
That's all. You're going to be sweating like a runaway slave, bro. And I'm gonna give y'all a warning. I'm gonna give y'all a warning right now. This show tonight is gonna go a little bit longer than we usually go because it's 4 of us, and we only answered 2 questions, I believe.
Well, we've actually done pretty good. No, we've gone through more than 2 questions.
Like at least 3 or 4.
Yeah. We've gone through 4 questions. We've done really good tonight.
Yes.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So we'll move on to the next question here.
Let's do this here.
Give Frank a second, because that bro right there. When you first started, you was all right. It was all right.
So you're better than you were a moment ago. But when you first
you were real dark before.
But that's better. That's
okay.
better.
All right. Okay.
Hey, can I let me say one more thing before we move on? We all know Frank played in the NFL. He's a former player. We're former players. But Frank, what did you do? Can you give us a little history? What you did after you played in the NFL? I just want to bust. I just want to bust him out a little bit.
Okay, I did a little porn. Yes, I was in the porn business for a minute. Did that.
Frank was a porn star.
Yes.
He was a porn star.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. He used to
But
send me those videos, bro. I used to
I got
crack
that out of
up.
my system. It's out of my system.
Are we supposed to judge him right now? Is this what
Yeah.
we're supposed to judge him?
Yeah, judge you.
Oh.
Judge
I
you.
hope not.
Hey,
Okay,
because
go
he
ahead.
used to send his videos
I'm
around like it was like he wanted you to cheer for him. I'm like, bruh, you can't be sending me them videos. I'm a boy. I'm a boy, Frank. I'm boy.
Past
I
that.
know.
I know. I'm
I want to
past
see no
that
videos
phase.
of you.
That phase, it was a phase. I'm done with it.
I had to bust him out though.
I'm looking for my soulmate. I don't know what he's talking about. I want a soulmate now.
Hey, Linda,
Okay,
Linda, are you supposed to take charge of the show?
I'm going to read some comments. I think sometimes people, so let me just go and read some comments. I know some of the things we passed, but just to hear from our audience. Okay, I'm going to go up to this point here. Rita talked about there are a lot of damaged men of 50 that are divorced.
Your fault. You just went totally out, Linda. We didn't hear a word you said.
You did. What about now?
Yeah, we good. You're good now.
Okay. She said there are a lot of damaged men of 50 that are divorced after 20 years. How do you get over that hurdle? And they not bring that to the new relationship? Oh, I think that goes for men and women there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
We all carry skeletons.
Yeah, or just damage, just trauma from previous relationships. And I think it's important, again, I always use my pause button to push the pause button to do your own healing. Everyone needs to do that because it's an automatic. If you don't heal, you take your wagon load of stuff into the new relationship, into the next relationship. And every time you leave one relationship and go to another, you just keep adding stuff on top of that.
And the worst thing you can do is to stack one relationship on top of the other relationship.
Another, yeah.
On top of the other, then you'll start grouping people at like, all men ain't shit.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All women ain't shit. All women are hoes. All men are dogs. You know, don't do that. Every person, every one of us are individuals. So when you start with a person, start from the beginning.
Yes.
But the thing is, if you start seeing these symptoms, these same symptoms, then that's when you walk away. That's when we get into Lisa. We talk about sitting down at your first date and getting to know the person.
Yeah.
Ask the person questions. You know, your first date is that interview. You get in that interview and you figure and find out all you can about this man coming from his or her mouth.
Hey,
you know,
but you know what another big problem is, and this is mostly from a woman, is when you allow us to have sex too early and your feelings get involved.
Yep.
Exactly.
And now that's another something else you can add on to your already drama and stuff that you have already baggage that you already have. Now I just add some more baggage because you done gave up the sex too quick and we're not on the same page in what we want out of that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's a problem too.
That's a big problem. I like what Gary said a little further up. Gary said that getting into a relationship should be like buying a car or a house. Take your time to get what you want, but know your wants and needs first.
Yes.
And you know, we always say that dating is for the purpose of gathering data. So how do you decide to have sex with someone you haven't gathered proper data on? You know, and then guess what happens when that person walks away?
Somebody's mic.
It's
that's Frank. Frank.
No,
I think if everyone just turns off their mic except for Linda, we can figure out who it is one by one. So I'm gonna turn my mic off.
I don't have a mic on. Let me see. Okay, cam mic. Can you hear me? Okay.
We can still hear you. So we can see. Hold on.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Frank.
Okay. Steve? Can't hear Steve.
My mic is on.
I'm on. Can you hear me? So it's Steve.
No, because I heard it when Linda was talking.
So
Okay.
maybe you think
See,
it's
that's
my
your-
mic?
I think it's your mic, Linda.
I'm going to turn it off, and then you guys talk.
Okay. Hello. Testing.
Yep, I'm testing.
Okay. Can you all
Testing.
hear any feedback?
I don't hear any
Yeah.
feedback.
I
I
think it's
can.
Linda.
Huh?
It might be Linda, and we might need to all turn our mics down just a little bit. But I mean, she may need to just turn her mic.
No,
Linda, come
maybe
on.
they need to be turned down because
Turn it down a little bit.
mine was off and I could still hear it. So maybe it's the sound. Maybe it's too loud.
Yeah, turn the mics down. Maybe that'll help. Okay.
Let's see if that's better.
I can hear everybody.
Okay.
I'm
Nope.
here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Can I
Maybe-
answer that last question, Linda?
I done forgot the question. What was his question?
Well, the question was about when you are in baggage. Really, it's about bringing your previous baggage.
Okay,
into
yeah,
a
that's what I remember.
relationship. And one of you guys stated, I think, don't sleep with the person too soon because now you're adding more to your baggage and,
Right.
and all that. And yeah, I think for me, if I'm dating someone or trying to get to know someone, and they're sharing their background, and I ask them, have you ever talked to anyone? Have you ever been in any kind of therapy? Because men hate treatment of any kind; they hate it.
Right.
But have you even talked to your boys about it? Like, who did you heal with
Right.
in this talking to in your about your past relationship? And they tell me no one. I just have to, as a therapist, I have to choose. Now, do I want to be in a relationship with this dude, or do I want to do treatment? Because I know I'm going to have to do treatment with him. His stuff is going to come out. And you guys, a lot of people are doing treatment with people that have never gotten professional help for their baggage. And they come into a new relationship, and you're actually dealing with the trauma that they have brought in from their past.
Right.
And I just refuse to do a professional. I'm not going to do it. And I just think, Linda, I know that sounds, you can share. You share from your perspective as well with what you do with couples. But do you not think it is selfish for a person to come into another relationship and not have healed? I walked through the Stone Mountain trails for a year, just walking and just cleansing from a marriage of 22 years. I just can't imagine people that don't talk to anybody and don't cleanse.
Right.
Right. Okay, I got a question for you, Dr. Lisa.
Yes.
What is your background in? Because I'm hearing a little bit. Let me y'all, this is my first time. I got her on the show, and I don't even really know who she is. I saw something for real. I saw something earlier. She started asking questions, and it had a document in front of it. So I said, let me get her on the show and see what's that. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do. Is that a real doctor? Are you a real doctor? Because I'm a fake.
No.
No, I'm not a fake, but I'm the real doctor of love.
I'm gonna try to give it to you as quick as I can. At the age of 16, I attended Howard University. I got my bachelor's of science in psychology.
Okay.
Left there, got my master's of arts in psychology from the American University in Washington, D.C. And years later, I got my master's of divinity and my doctorate of ministry from Virginia Union University. I am interested in looking at the intersection between what we believe in our faith tradition, what we believe in our morals and values, and how that intersects with our behavior, right? So I blend kind of spirituality with psychology. We're here in Atlanta, Georgia, been here for the last 21 years, and I have my own private practice, as well as driving schools and a nonprofit where I work in the community. So I do a lot of things, and but at the end of the day, I'm like, Linda, I'm trying to help other people make it through this journey called life.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. That's what the doctor of love is here for, and that's what this show is all about. See, I got some soldiers. I have soldiers in my group, and I'm gonna have Linda go ahead and take. I'll be quiet because Linda's the boss around here.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm really enjoying this. So, what time is it now? So, let me see. What's the next question? Oh, this is a good one. Why do men, if you do, but why do men demand beauty and fitness from women, but are not willing to maintain their own health and appearance? Is it a double standard?
I can't relate to that because I'm gonna stay fit, and therefore I want you to stay fit, even if you're not fit. Since I'm just a physical fanatic and a health fanatic, I'm gonna help you get where you need to be. Period. Just not just for your appearance, but just for health reasons. Period. Because again, I'm trying to be with you. One of us gonna bury the other.
Right.
So I need you with me. So I'm gonna do everything I can in my power to make sure you're healthy and do what you need to do if you're not, in the best shape. Because that's just me. So I'm gonna work with, but that is important now. Looks are important, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that attracts us to you is your appearance, and then we see what's inside your head. But what attracts us to you is you,
your appearance,
yes.
And the thing is, it's not that you got to be beautiful. It's what is it? Is it the class? Is it the swag? And we call it swag these days. It's just your appearance, just like he said. You don't have to be the finest person in the room. It's just the way. Sometimes it's just the way you move.
Yes.
Usually I'm like, ooh, I like the way she moves. Okay. And that's what gets your attention. Then we go to talk to you and see where your head is. So it's your swag. And we go back. If we see you dressed in that uniform, how you approach. So watch
can I answer that question?
Go ahead.
So, and I appreciate you guys' answers. I really appreciate you working with people because I think a lot of times, men can do the opposite of motivate the women that they're in a relationship with.
Yeah.
They can, they can demotivate her by just telling her, I look at you now and we didn't look like this when we got married. They can kind of just tear her down. And I appreciate you saying that you're going, you would help and you would work with them for that. But can I say that I just think it's a terrible double standard that is in our society.
Oh yeah.
And a man can look like he's 3, 4, 5, 7 months pregnant, and then judge a woman because her arms are a little flabby or because her stomach isn't yanked and snatched. And so it's a real double standard because women feel the pressure of being beautiful for men. But it's work. If you're gonna do it natural and hard and right, it's work. And it's difficult for a lot of women. So they do all kind of cosmetic things, and then it just becomes real. For me, I just think if men could just try to find a way to see her soul, like try to find a way, like you said, to help her when she needs help and not criticize her. Right. We can all be healthy together.
Exactly.
Right. Is that why women have all these surgeries and things? Because a lot of I can't stand when women have surgery to get their booty bigger and to make their lips bigger. That's a turn off to me. That's another turn off. I'm just saying, I like you natural. I'm just saying, if you big, you big. It's just that swag about you. If I like you, you could be a beautiful big woman. I mean, that's just the individual man saying that. A man who says that is something wrong with him. He's high.
Let's not forget, television is a big part of women. Just because what TV and what Europeans has called standards, we fall for that. The black one, we fall for their standards of beauty. Beauty to them is, I've seen so many women on this Instagram. I've seen so many Kim Kardashian lookalikes and Cardi B lookalikes and all these other women lookalikes. It's what they see on TV and they think that's beauty and they think we like that. For some men, yeah, but for a real man, I don't know none of that fake stuff.
None.
That's important to hear. That's important.
You got women talking about, I want a real man, but damn, everything on you is fake. What kind of shit is that? Lost the damn mind.
That's hilarious. That is so true, bro.
It is.
I want a real man. That is so true.
And and the sad thing about it is, this starts like really early on with females when it comes to self-esteem.
Yep.
And in most cases, what you were looking at in today's society is that someone has been led to believe that their beauty is going to bring value to them. And they have failed to accurately build their inner selves, to find value and pride in who I am as an individual. In other words, I'm enough as I am. I may not have, as they say, the biggest butt, the smallest waistline, or, whatever all of this stuff is that get fixed nowadays, the biggest boobs, whatever the case may be. But are you enough? Do you feel good about yourself? So I think what I think happens oftentimes is that demands and expectations are the ones that women put on themselves.
Yeah.
And we hear all the time guys are saying, yeah, do they think it's beauty to the eye? Yes. But is that really what they're looking for? Someone who's been, you know, sewn up and all of this stuff going on, and you don't even recognize who they are. And what I hear overwhelmingly, I have 4 adult sons, and they say the same thing. I mean, all of that stuff, okay, it looks good, but is that for me? No. So I think
Right.
some of these expectations, those demand that I have to be this fall, and so that I think women place those expectations on themselves more than
And the
anything.
interesting thing as well, Linda, is that the standard of beauty has now changed.
Yeah.
It's changing.
But
And
see,
you see
but
people trying to have features more of a black person, a black woman,
Mhm.
than they ever did before, ever.
And
As far
see,
as
and
the hips and the waist and the breasts and the, I'm just saying,
yeah,
it's changing.
but
And
that's
so
what.
if you don't know
Oh,
who you are, you're constantly changing to be Kim Kardashian one day, Lupita
Yeah.
Nyong'o the next day, Cardi B the next day. I need you to be you.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what's devastating about a lack of identity and
Yes.
self-worth, your own
Yes.
self-efficacy, your own, your own character. Because otherwise you will be changing every other day if you try to keep up with trends. Why don't you just be your own trendsetter?
Yes.
Right.
That's
Are
what
you
we're
guys
missing.
saying? Are you guys saying it's something that something how we were brought up? Because it all comes down. What you guys saying? It all comes down to a self-esteem issue. See,
Mm.
like Gary said, we look in the mirror differently. Men look in the mirror differently as women, and when men look in the mirror, we're just totally confident.
Yes.
I look in the mirror, I'm fat as all get out, but you know what? I'm like, nigga, I can still pull them. I'm the man. That's just the way it is. I'm a fat slob, but you know what? I'm about to go
What?
get this,
Hey, Steve, I'm not rolling you with that one. I'm not rolling with you on that one because I'm gonna stay in shape. Because listen, the same way I want her to look a certain way, I'm sure she want me to look a certain way too. So if I'm trying to sell myself, I got to put the best product out there. So I'm not. I can't
But
roll.
what I'm trying to get across is we no matter what size we are, we still have that confidence to go after anybody. Women don't.
Men do. Right, you're right. Men do, but
Yeah,
women have a
Go ahead.
problem with that. But I think that's big. Go ahead. Go ahead. Dr.
Can I say
Steve.
something real quick?
Go ahead.
Okay. What I was going to say is, I grew up in, I was born in 1964.
Mhm.
And being born in the early 60s, being dark was far from the standard of beauty. And so I was called every black name in the book. My brothers teased me. The kids on the block teased me. Everybody teased me. And then when black people were even, called beautiful, the first standard they had was Miss America, Vanessa Williams. And so she looked nothing like me. She had light eyes and light skin and long hair. And, I had to learn early in my life how to love me and how to recognize that there were different forms of beauty. My mother said, don't get caught up in if someone thinks you're beautiful or not. Just you believe in your beauty. You know your beauty, because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And everybody's not going to find you beautiful.
Right.
And that freed me. It freed me to love myself. Because I didn't know then, but that I would have to stand up continuously throughout my journey in white universities and white workplace and black universities. I would have to continue to stand up in my own soul and say, I'm beautiful the way God made me. Because nobody said that you were beautiful. Nobody could tell me that but my parents. Do you get what I'm saying? So what I'm really trying to get people to understand is at the end of the day, the standard of beauty is set by everybody around you, and it's different.
Right.
So if you're running and chasing, trying to meet somebody's standard of beauty, it's going to change.
It's going to change.
With the next person, the next day. You understand? So I don't know, Linda. I think I'm back to where you were. Is that you got to find love for yourself. No matter what skin color, size, height, weight,
Yeah. Well, you create your own standards, as to who you are, and it's learning to love that person. And when you bring that sort of beauty into any environment, whatever happened to embracing your own uniqueness,
Can I answer that one?
Yes.
I think we as black people don't have knowledge of self. We have no idea. We've forgotten how powerful we are. I remember it was a show, the rapper Eve had a show back in the, I think in the 90s, and there was a scene where she said, "Wow, we've been having big butts all our life, but it didn't come popular until Jennifer Lopez came up."
Yep.
What
That's
kind
right.
of shit is that? But that was true. Y'all been fine and black and had a big butt forever, but it didn't come in a trend until Jennifer Lopez came out.
Exactly.
That's
Lopez and
crazy.
Kim Kardashian, and black women had about. We were just having that conversation today, weren't we, Lisa?
We were, and yeah, and I said
Today,
it
you know,
back in the day when Bo Derek put some braids in her hair, and all
Exactly.
of a sudden, braids became. We've been wearing braids back in
Exactly.
the month.
And
Yeah.
I think
don't
we've
know.
forgotten that. People, I think women forget that.
Following us and not giving us credit. That's all
Exactly. Right.
And but that's why we have to establish our own standards.
Got to.
You know, give ourselves credit, because no one is going to validate you for who you are until you validate yourself.
I'm.
And if you can't validate your own uniqueness, your own beauty,
Yes.
I mean, why are you looking for someone? Because I don't care how many hoops you jump through.
Nobody.
So what, you know, they're going to like you or not like you, and you're going to be constantly jumping through hoops. You know, it's a difficult thing to not be yourself, because you're always changing. You're like a chameleon.
Exactly. They say 50% of people gonna like you, and 50% of them gonna hate you.
And it
No
really
matter what.
shouldn't matter.
It
Anyway,
don't matter. And none of them know you.
Right.
You know, people will hate you for what somebody else said about you and don't even know you. I'm like, whoa, for real, you know. So it is what it is. Let's go to the next question.
Okay, what else do we have here? So next question here is, how long are we going to go, by the way?
I don't know. I know it's late where you are, huh?
Listen, I wasn't even expecting to be on here tonight, so I'm gonna give y'all one more question, and then I'm gonna go like this. Like
Gotcha, okay.
All right, let's go to one more question. One more question.
Okay,
We out of here. Let's go to 8:30.
Okay.
17,
8:30
18 more
is
minutes.
What time?
8:30 is 11:30 our time.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me one more question.
Like Lisa and I are in Atlanta, so it's 11:30 for us.
So y'all know each other. Was I set up?
No, you weren't set up, but that's how she. Yeah, I told her about the show, but you weren't set up.
Y'all set me up. Y'all know each other.
She
Oh
told
my
me,
goodness.
She told me, and listen, this is very important. And as a black woman supporting another black woman, I made certain to add you all and ask you out to be my friend so I can listen to this show, because I'm supporting Linda, because she's a bad queen.
I thought you was just stalking me because I'm fine.
Oh, yeah, that too.
I'm sticking with that story. I'm gonna stick with that story.
And so actually, and when I told her about the show, and I said to her, I said, what I enjoy about it most is that you get to hear the voice of men. And it's rare that you get men to have relationship conversations. Rarely. And she's like, really? I'm like, yeah, you get to hear the voice of men. So I appreciate you brothers for, Stephen, you started this. And for those who that chime in, all your guests that you bring on, it's just nice to be able to have a conversation with guys about relationships. Because I think in our community, we have got to do better at bridging ourselves together, brothers and sisters. And right now, we have this gap between us. We need to come together more and support each other as a whole more and stop criticizing one another. And you see a lot of that, Can
I say something? Another mistake that women make in regards to men, get your advice about men from women instead of asking a man.
That's it. That's
why you get all these questions.
And you're getting the wrong information about a man from a woman. Ask the man.
Hey, man. Oh my
goodness.
That's why we have to be in this kind of setting, because you know what? This is what I've noticed about guys. Now, I don't know if they think that they can't tell you the truth or not. Like in a setting like this here, because everything is neutral, this is where I'm going to get your best truth. Okay. Yes. But what I have noticed in a relationship or trying to establish a relationship, a man sometimes will be hesitant to tell you how he really feels.
Yes.
You want to know how you really feel either way. Mm-hmm. But that's why it's difficult sometimes.
That's because you ain't talking to men. You're not talking to men. Right. We're gonna tell you like it straight is, because I'm gonna talk to you guys like I'm talking to any female like I'm talking to my daughter and tell my daughter.
Well, it's fair for you out there. I know there are a few. That's why you started this show, because you have no problem with it.
I have no problem with it.
Trust me, A lot of them, it's rare. They just don't do it.
Well, can I ask the women that are perhaps watching, if when you try to have these conversations with men, if perhaps you can be less emotional, and I'm not saying that emotion is a bad thing. I think emotion is wonderful, but I think that sometimes hinders communication between men and women. Because if I start getting turned up, or if I start crying, it just shuts a man down.
Oh yeah. Oh,
or if you criticize.
Can I tell you a quick story? Listen, I had a friend of mine, ex-girlfriend of mine. We've been out of touch for years, but we finally connected again. So the other day, she asked me a question. She said, she asked me what was my opinion, and what were her flaws in regards to getting a man, and she wanted my opinion. So I said to her, I don't think you want. I think we ought to move on from that question. She said, well, I said, because I don't think you're secure enough to accept my
answer.
So she said, no, I'm a big girl. You can't disappoint me. Just tell me the truth. Okay. When I told her the truth about why she having a problem getting a man, she cussed me out, called a friend of ours, and told a friend that I'm the meanest person. I'm heartless. Because I told her my opinion that she asked me about her. When I asked her 3 times, let's not go there because I don't think you can handle it. And when
you can't handle the truth,
she got mad.
You can't handle the truth.
So this what you guys are saying,
wow, that's amazing.
Probably validates comments that I've heard from men that they don't tell women the truth because women can't handle the truth. But not all women are like that. I will say that. And I will say too, sometimes women can be a little finicky in that, because it's like the woman who say, do I look small in this dress? And he tells her no, and then she, how she acts out because she's getting fat. You told her the truth. And so I think if we want truth, we have to speak that. But just keep in mind, some women can handle truth.
Oh no.
Yeah, but I think also, and you're getting to know that woman, you need to find out how she grew up, because a lot of it has to do with how she was enculturated into society and into family and into the world. I grew up with only brothers, and so I learned quickly how to put the emotional side to the side and get to the core of the problem, because that's how men work. That's how they roll. Like all of this crying and whining and screaming, that's not getting it done. And so I was reared like a man. I was reared like a little boy. And it helped me because I was able to understand how to approach a man in conversation. Because if you approach him wrong, it's a wrap.
Exactly.
The conversation is dead.
Exactly.
And when she started crying and like cussing you out, like you were just like, I just did what you asked me to do. Why are you going off now? I didn't even want to tell you.
Right. See, I don't want to speak for Steve or other men, but I like a feminine woman in regards to how you talk to me. I respect that. I don't need a woman talking to me with attitude. Put your dick up. Don't talk to me like that.
Exactly. Put it away. You're talking to a man.
Listen, come at me like a woman. I can, listen. If you come at me in a calm manner, I'm gonna automatically respect that and calm down. Even if I'm screwing up, the way you come at me will make me bow down and say, you know what, I'm wrong. But if you come at me like a man,
you know what it is, it's more than just verbal. It's testosterone and progesterone. So it's the hormones, the male and female hormones, and you can feel it when a woman brings that male hormone, that rage or that anger or that heightened sense of like it's just heightened. It's heightened,
right?
And you can feel it, and men can feel it, and men and it's confrontational, and men don't like confrontation.
No.
We can't stand it, because men, what we do, if we're arguing, men argue to get straight to the point and get an answer and let it be done.
Yep.
Women, they argue to hurt you. They argue to hurt you for real. They say some stuff that you can't even take back. That's why that baby is not even yours. It's Frank's. I slept with your boy. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
things to hurt you.
Right. And listen, and that goes back to the loyalty part. That's why men are afraid to open up, because we don't want to hear that. If I told you something like that, what he just said, and then later on down the road, you got it in your memory bank when it's time for you to lash out on me, you throw that in my face. That's what a lot of men are afraid of too.
Right. Yeah, I hear that a lot. And I think, again, I always say to women, this may be helpful. And this goes way back. I mean, just fundamentally speaking, what men and what women need in a relationship that kind of keeps the bond there. And it was set up that way. It was established that way from the beginning of time. That's the way God has it set up. Men require respect. Women require love.
That's it.
And anytime, and that's our need, that a woman loves her husband. Yeah, I mean, respects her husband, honors him, respects him, and he loves her as he loves himself. Yes. And when we get those two things out of order, when a woman doesn't feel loved and a man does not feel respected, you have nothing. Mm-hmm. When a man feels disrespected and a woman doesn't feel loved. But one more question. We're going to do one more question, right?
One more question.
Okay,
we got 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes.
Okay, so why do smart people pick and stay with idiots just to be miserable in a relationship?
I don't think intelligence. I'm gonna let the guys, because we really hear the guys, but I don't think intelligence has anything to do with staying in relationships, because I think when emotions are stronger, they guide behavior more. So when you start to get their heart tied, like a man can tell you, I could see in her eyes after I slept with her the first time, she was gone.
Yep. And
I think that when that happens, I'm just saying, don't let your emotions go too fast. But go ahead, y'all go ahead, man.
You're right.
You're right. I mean, speak.
I'm just saying. Go ahead. Ask the question again, please. Linda, what was it again?
So the question was, why do smart people pick and stay with idiots just to be miserable in a relationship?
Do you pick? That's the question. Who picks?
So this is the thing. It doesn't say who stick. That's just the question there, the way it's asked. But it doesn't say, but why do they just say people pick? So in other words, why do people choose? Yeah. I'll put it this way. When working in family court, and I did lots of conflict resolution mediation with these couples that are in conflict, okay? And what would always get me were two people or one person sitting in front of me, and they're telling you how dysfunctional, how crazy the person is, and all the horrible things they do. And then I'm like, okay, so how long have you guys been together? You've been with someone 10 years. And I said, well, when was the onset of these behaviors? Oh, it's been that way all my life with them. So why are you, that's why do you stay there? And again, it could be emotional attachment, could be some other inner needs too. I think financial
loneliness.
Oh, can we add that one about a lot of people can't be alone?
Yeah. No, and in fact, someone made that.
I can't be alone. I can't be alone.
Carolyn made that comment.
I'm alone, but I'm not lonely.
Right.
Exactly.
That makes sense. I'm alone, but I'm not lonely.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yes, indeed.
I'm alone, but I'm not lonely. Mm-hmm. So
Yep.
But some people are afraid to be alone, and that's a comment that Carolyn had made earlier.
Okay.
Well, we have to get Dr. Cole on here, because she was supposed to have been on here about 2 months ago, and she kind of flaked on me. What happened with that, Carolyn?
Carolyn,
Dr. Cole.
You out there
on
I'm calling her out because Carolyn is let me see. She's the doctor. She used to give advice about the COVID. Ever since it went on, she was like had a podcast herself.
Okay.
And they said I had to get her on here. Actually, what's my girl name who actually made me start this show? Pam. Pam made me just say get Carolyn on here. I mean Carolyn, but she flaked on me. You are flaked on me. But now she said she'll come because I don't think she knew the show was like this. And this is right up her alley.
Okay. So. Cheryl just brought up an interesting point. She says, cause the person wants to fix them, and the inner needs could be the reason to stay. So that's kind of interesting that people really try to fix it. They stay because they think they
can't do that.
But that does happen. They think they can make you better.
Right.
Good comment, Cheryl.
Yeah.
I tell women all the time, if you got to fix them, if you're going in the door, trying to fix somebody,
That's bad.
That's right.
Yeah, you
That's right.
already
Hey,
20 steps
listen,
behind.
that's right. You can't turn a hoe into a housewife. She gotta want to be a housewife.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's
You know,
true.
that's what these terms come from, and
That's
they
true.
are so true. They are so true. We all have these terms, and we think it's jokes, but those comments are so true. You know. At Frank, yes, I'm alone, but not lonely. Lisa Pearson says she's alone, but not lonely.
Yeah. Mhm.
So hey, let's start to end this show because we've been here for an hour and a half. We got 5 minutes before it's an hour and a half. So I want to thank y'all for coming on and helping this show out, man. I mean, because this is a beautiful thing. When I have, you know what, I always tell people, I tell my kids and everybody, I do not want to be the smartest person in the room. Because if I'm the smartest person in the room, then I ain't learning nothing.
Amen.
Exactly.
Me too.
That's why I have you ladies on here and my guy Frank. I love you guys for coming. And do not hang up. Do not hang up because I'm gonna end the broadcast in a little bit, but we can talk afterwards. But I want you guys to go ahead, introduce yourself once again before we get out of here.
What's the order?
Let's go with Frank.
I'm Frank Middleton, aka Naeem Rasul on Facebook, a friend of my man Steve and his two lovely guests. Hopefully, we've become friends now. Right now, what I'm doing, I work with at-risk kids. I love doing it. I love working with at-risk kids here in Vegas, in the Vegas area. So that's what I do now. Other than that, I'm a nice guy. Sometimes I can be brutally honest, but overall, I'm a nice guy.
Believe me, this dude is the most brutally honest person in history. I'm telling you, I'm surprised that he's on Facebook right now because he's always in Facebook jail. Always. Somebody said, sing, Steven. I see you, Lisa Pearson. Okay, let's go, Dr. Lisa.
Yeah, well, it's so much involved here with this, with all who I am. So I just tell people to go to DRTAIT, drtate.com. And it kind of tells you and shares with you, my private practice and the work I do in the community. You can just kind of learn more about me, but it's drtate.com. And hopefully we can meet up again. I didn't know I was going to be on tonight, but I enjoyed it so much. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Oh,
You are because I'm a single girl and I'm happy, but I'm learning. I need to relearn the thoughts of men before I jump back out into that wilderness. So thank you.
Okay, this is okay. Before we go to Linda, it's some date you gave me that that you're gonna be missing. Is it next week or the weekend after that?
You know what? That's canceled. It was going to be weekend. Okay. It canceled. Okay. Yeah.
Because now if it's all right, I'm gonna have to have Lisa as a extra co-host so we can have two women in here, and I'm always gonna have probably an NFL player also.
I'm gonna talk to Linda. If she say it's all right, we'll go from there.
Because sometimes y'all might not even need me. Because for real today, I felt like just going on mute and letting y'all do it because I mean, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
No, we need you guys. Remember, we need you guys here because
we are going to miss what you all need to say to us as women.
Right.
Well, you know what? I think you know what. You guys been listening to me so much. I think I want to get Gary. Gary has a lot of he has a lot of knowledge on this also. So I don't want you guys just to hear one-sided guy. I'm gonna start bringing more guys on there so you can hear more other guys on there because he's always on here.
Right.
Yeah, women want to know. We want to better understand our brothers. And again, I think there's a gap between us. I think we're so misunderstood, and that's what's making our relationship so challenging. We have this barrier of misconceptions about who we really are because we don't talk enough.
And we're not your enemies, please.
And we are not your enemies. You guys, this is what you guys should know too. Anytime something goes on in that community, who's out there but Black women?
Exactly.
And that should tell you a lot about who we are and what we represent. So, if you all may be feeling unappreciated, women are feeling unappreciated. So to have men on a platform such as this, to have these kind of discussions. And I think like tonight, to be able to tell women like what you really need, you know, where trust is concerned, loyalty is concerned. You want a connection with me, I need to be able to trust you with my heart, with my soul.
Right.
And we'll always say, I always say that love is giving someone the permission to damage you, but trusting that they will never do it.
Yes, indeed.
There you go.
I love it.
I know. I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. And what I have to say is, and this is the last thing before you introduce yourself again, Linda, is what was it? It's watch who you take advice from. You know, most of the time we take advice from the wrong person.
The wrong people.
Yeah, that's it. Watch
and if
who
you
you
take advice from
from.
somebody that's low-key jealous of you, if you know, if you take advice from somebody that low-key doesn't want to hear about your successes, only your failures, eventually you'll discover that they had a plan to destroy.
Exactly.
Oh, can I say one thing?
Give people a reason to destroy your happiness. That's all.
Okay, and can I say one thing for the ladies too? For the ladies, be careful who you let into your love canal, because that all that negative energy that he has, he putting it up inside you. Now you got it.
Right.
So be mindful of who you let inside of that love hole.
That's right. We talked about that earlier. It's true, because that's spiritual. It's spiritual.
Yes.
And everybody they've been with, they bring it into you.
That's right.
Right. Women are receptacles.
Yes.
We receive. So, you know, we have to remember that. Okay, but anyway, our time is getting away. I am Linda Streeter, Stephen Pierce's host, the Doctor of Love.
Yes, indeed.
And I too have a website, lindahartstreater.com. But again, you know me, I'm a therapist, I'm a mediator, I do conflict resolution. I think we need to learn how to work out our issues and not break up. You know, we don't have to kill each other because we disagree. So I really do conflict resolution, and I'm an author. I love the work I do. Totally enjoy it.
Okay, and we you know what we need to come up with? We need to us four. We need to come up with a tagline to end the show. We're gonna come up with that.
It's about to go down.
There you go.
I like that. Done deal.
I'm just joking.
But I like that. I like that.
All right. So hey, we signing off. You guys don't hang up, but I'm signing off live. Hey,
all right. Good night, everybody.
We love you. Thank y'all for coming.
Bye-bye.
See you next week.
All right.